What's up everyone? I hope you've all been doing great. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. If you're new here, I talk about all things fashion, sewing, and sustainability. And for today's video, I'm actually going to be taking you guys along on my custom order process. So I am a made-to-order slow fashion brand, but I also do accept custom orders, which is mostly what I am doing at the moment. So I wanted to take you guys along and show you my process, how I price myself, and basically, just the whole process for anyone out there that is curious and wants to maybe start accepting custom orders for their own brand, or you're an aspiring designer and maybe you want to do it in the future. So I'm here to share with you guys all my tips. And to start off, we're actually going fabric shopping. I'm gonna be taking you guys along and showing you how I decide what fabrics I get. So for the first custom order, it's actually my girl Leonelli's. I've talked about her before. I posted a video of me making a dress for her mom. She is my top customer. She orders from me consistently. I'm basically her own designer. And so she has placed 4 orders with me, which is the most she's ever done at one time. So she wants a bunch of multiple different tops. Basically, she's starting school again at the end of the month, and she wants some more tops for school. So first she wants my Rita top design. This was a design that I made for my spring summer made to order drop in 2021. So I'll put a photo here. It's actually a corset or bustier that laces up in the back, but it's strapless, and it also comes with straps and puffy sleeves. So the straps are interchangeable, which was one of my top designs, but the most time consuming. Well, the most time consuming was Aurora top with the cups. The Rita is much quicker to make than that one, but it's still very time consuming. And she's actually bought one before. She bought a red version, but she wants a neutral version in it. So that is the first item. And then she also wants my India top that I made. So this was a top that I did in the end of 2020 when I first started my brand. It's just strapless little lace up kind of bustier, and but it has no boning in it, and it's going to be reversible. And we actually chose a fabric that I already had in my studio that I just been holding on to, that I bought a while ago, and it's going to be reversible. So one side has this pastel florals, and the other side is this champagne color, which is actually the same one that I used for my Eden top, and I still had some left over. So she wants that top, and it's going to be reversible. And then the other top, she wants a basic satin silky button-up blouse, long sleeve, just a very simple button-up blouse. And we also chose a fabric that I already had as well. And lastly, she wants this little cashmere cropped top. So I'm gonna be making that for her. So the fabrics that I need from the store today are that jersey black stretchy knit for that last top, and the fabric for the Rita top. So those are the 2 fabrics that I need to get for her today. The second custom order that we are shopping for is another 4 pieces. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm starting off 2022 with hella custom orders. I mean, it's not even from multiple people. It's literally 2 people, but with so many pieces, which is amazing. I'm very grateful for that because I had not been receiving any custom orders. For this other customer, she wants a 4-piece set of different items. So I have it drawn up here. She basically wants a cropped blazer, a Hawaiian type of shirt, cropped, and some pleated shorts and a wrap skirt. So they're all gonna be made from the same fabric, and she wants a what's it called? A Latin inspired fabric, because she's from Ecuador and she is trying to branch out of her comfort zone in her, in her styling, and she wants to embrace more of her heritage, and she wants to, look more Latin. So she wants a bold Latin type of fabric. So that is the goal that we're looking for, or that is the type of fabric we're looking for today, and she wants it like a lightweight. So I'm thinking like a lightweight, hopefully I can find like a poplin fabric, which is like a lightweight cotton, or rayon, something like that where it's lightweight but not thin, not like silk. It's still like a medium to lightweight. So that is the 2 or the 3 fabrics that we are searching for today. So I started off by looking in the lightweight cotton rayon section for the Latin inspired fabric first. This was exactly what I wanted. All of these were like very lightweight, but not too thin, not too thick, very breathable. So I just took a bunch of photos of any of the fabrics that I thought she would like and that I thought were Latin inspired, and then from there she'll let me know like which ones she's leaning towards, and like I'll try and find more fabrics within that same range, like the same maybe color scheme. She was leaning more towards the ones that had like a white background, like this one. And for the Rita top, I went into the satin section and I sent her a picture of all of these neutrals. We actually ended up going with this pink champagne color, and I only need 1 yard for the Rita top, so I just got 1 yard of that one. What's up guys, so it's the next day. Yesterday we went fabric shopping and then my phone died, so I didn't, record any rest of my day. But I got the fabrics. So the other custom order, the one that has the 4-piece matching set, she wasn't sure what fabric she wanted to go with. So we came down to 4 options. 3 are from the fabric store and then 1 is an online one. So these are the ones that we like ended up on, these were like her top 4. So she wasn't sure which one she wanted, so I didn't end up buying anything for her. But I did get the fabrics for Leonelli's. So for the, why is there a pen mark? For the Rita top, we went with this like peachy champagne color, which is so beautiful. Look at this, the way it shines. So I just got a yard of it because that's basically all I need. And then for the Euphoria top, this was really like the only option, but I got this black ribbed jersey. So ribbed means it has like those little like lines on it. So we came down with that, and I just got 1 yard. I definitely don't need 1 yard for it, but I always just like to get more just in case I mess up. And then for the India top that she wants, we're going to use these fabrics that I already had. The first one is this pastel floral. I don't know if that's too bright. And this champagne stretchy fabric, and that top is the one that's going to be reversible, so one side has the champagne and the other side has the floral. And for the button up, we have this fabric which I had thrifted, and it's really soft. Honestly, I have a lot of it, so I plan to make something else with it, but it's really pretty, really nice. Okay, so we're just gonna get straight into patterning and cutting the fabric out. Okay, so I have some of my patterns here. So I actually put all my patterns, like I separate them in manila folders, which I know a lot of designers do. We definitely learned that in fashion school. At least I learned it in fashion school. Like my professors were like, put your patterns in manila folders. I was like, okay. But honestly, they suck. So I've kind of been switching over to like these old packages that I have that I had gotten from Eco Enclosed, because they're just so much sturdier, and I don't close them because obviously Dad would seal them in there. I just like put them in there. I'm hikey gonna transfer them over, but I am gonna start off with making the India top. So I have my India top patterns and then my Rita top patterns. I had cut them out of cereal boxes so that they're like sturdy, so they don't look like this, since I was using them for like my made to order and I was consistently using them. It was a lot easier to like have them a little bit more sturdier, and I have a ton of cereal and snack boxes that I hoard because I also make my hang tags out of them. Alright, so I'm taking a break. I ate some guac that I made and chips. But I wanted to talk to you guys about like how I budget myself and like how I do like deposits and all of that part of like the custom orders. So I have a page on my website where it's a custom order request, and anyone can go on it and request a custom order. And basically it has like this little column thing at the bottom where you like fill out your name and then you put in like a description of the item, you know, put like a little description. And so on the page I have like custom requests, and then before that little box it says have a special occasion coming up and would like a design custom made just for you. You came to the right place. Veronica specializes in silky draped dresses, blouses, tailored garments and gowns. If you live in Puerto Rico and you would like an in-person fitting consultation, please send me an email. And then it says make an inquiry. Please fill out the form below. Provide some information of the design you're looking for and the date it is needed by. You must request this at least 1 month prior to your desired date. Veronica will get back to you within 72 hours. So that is a little, that's what my custom order page says. So I will get an email from you saying that I got like I got a request on my website, whatever, and typically it's always someone like, oh, like I want a dress, let me know what you can do, whatever, you know. So I typically start off by asking them like when they need it by, like if they have like a time frame, what they're looking for, and like see if like I can make it within that time frame, and then depending on like what they put in their email, like if they were really descriptive or if they were like really vague about the custom order that they wanted, I won't typically put in like my pricing or anything like that until like the next email, just because like I don't want to come off like really forward, like I just, you know, it's all about the money, you know, like it's not. That's obviously just something that comes with the service that you are, you know, paying for. So I, you know, try and talk to the customer first and get to know like a little bit about what they want, and if they could send me some inspiration photos, just because someone could tell me that they want like a flowy skirt, but that's like very, you know, broad, and typically I'm like, oh, could you send me a photo of what you want so that I know exactly if it's like a wrap skirt or if it's like a tiered skirt, because a flowy skirt could just mean so many things, and I would rather someone send me a photo of like what they want so we're on the same page. So after they've given me kind of like a brief description of what they're looking for, then I typically kind of would know like how much time it could take me. So let's say for this 4-piece garment four-piece set that I'm making for this custom order right now, I kind of already know how long it would take me to make each piece. I always start off with everyone has to pay a deposit. Like after we have gone over the design and we figure out exactly what she wants, then I will ask them to pay the deposit. Before, when I was, you know, starting off, I didn't take a deposit, and that would always just come back and bite me in the butt, because either they wouldn't end up paying it, and so like we spent all this time talking about it, I got fabrics, blah blah blah, and like they didn't end up, they changed their mind or whatever, and it was just like, it's a whole thing. So always ask for a deposit. I ask for a minimum $50 deposit if it's below $200. If it's above $300 for a custom order, then I ask for a $100 deposit. So because this 4-piece set is more than $300, I asked her to pay a $100 deposit. And I gave her like a budget of what the whole price for everything will be, and I'm like, oh, it'll be around $350 to around $500-ish, because it depended on the materials she wanted and how detailed, because we didn't get as detailed yet with the design, and I just like to put that in there. I like to put that range of price because I really don't know how long it's going to take me. It just really depends on if she wanted like a bunch of little details within the design. Even though I know that it's a Hawaiian shirt, I know it's a blazer, but then she added that for the Hawaiian shirt she wanted buttons right here to roll up the sleeves. So it's very simple, but it's, you know, still I have to hand sew, and then I have to hand sew buttons. I have to create buttonholes for the top, and that's time consuming. I have to make the shorts, a blazer with lining, and the wrap skirt. So it definitely adds up. So I have people pay the deposit, and then I give them the option that they can do payments with me. If they wanted to pay every week, or they wanted to pay every other week or something like that, if it's much more accessible to them, then, you know, because typically you would pay the deposit and then you would pay the rest when I finish it, and when I'm about to ship it out, like, you would pay the rest of what you owe. But obviously if that's a little bit more difficult for you, then I give you the option to pay weekly or bi-weekly, and you just reach out to me and you're like, oh, I'm ready to pay like a deposit or whatever, like another deposit. So I will just send you an invoice, because I send invoices through my website. I don't really use Venmo or anything else. I like to track it through my website, and I will send an invoice to their email, and then they pay it to me. I used to price myself really low when I was younger, or not even younger, like a year ago. I used to price myself really low. Like, I would kind of just throw out a number out there that like seemed reasonable for the item that they were asking for, and like I guess like I would pay for. But it always ended up taking me a lot longer to make, and I'd be putting in way more hours than what I was getting paid, and it was just like really stressful, because I would literally be putting in like hours to make this dress, and I would literally make like not even half of what I deserved. And honestly, it was just like really frustrating. And I understand that, you know, you could go buy it somewhere else cheaper, but you are paying for a service. You're paying for a human being to make this garment for you. If you're a designer, you know, like, as a designer, you need to price yourself right. And honestly, I haven't started doing that until the past couple months. Like, when people reach out for custom orders, I give them like the price range of what it could be, and I am honest. Like, it is going to cost probably $300 or $500 for me to make that piece, you know, because that is how many hours I am putting into it. And it's just me. No one else is doing anything else. Like, and I'm not going to price myself lower to satisfy you. And if someone like doesn't like the price, then I don't get the custom order, you know? And also, I would price myself low in the past too, because I needed the order. Like, I needed the money. But then it wasn't even worth it, because I'd be putting in way more hours and not getting enough from it. So it was kind of like counteractive, because you're better off like not accepting the order and not putting in the time for that, than putting in extra time and not getting what you deserve, you know? So I just put my price range out there for that piece. Like, it's not like that someone will tell me, oh, I want like a little crop top, whatever, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's $300 to $500, you know? Like, I'm realistic about how long it actually will take me to make that. I was always worried that people will be like, oh no, that's too expensive or whatever, but once I started like actually putting my price range, like, or like telling someone that this is what it could be, like, they don't like argue about it, you know? They're like, okay, like, let's do it, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like ready to be like, oh, like for someone to be like, oh no, I can't do that. Like, sometimes I do get that, but lately it's been like pretty positive. Like, everyone has been like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thank God, because I didn't feel like getting anxiety about that. So, price yourself right. The price is right. And that is how I go about that process. I hope that was helpful for anyone who was like confused on like how they should do it. it's definitely a journey, and it's all about what works best for you. Also, you won't know until you try it. Like, I didn't get this system down until like I just kept trying and like doing different things, and I'm sure it's gonna like change and, you know, develop as I grow and develop too. So we'll see. But okay, we have cut out the India top, and now I'm going to cut out the Rita top. I'm just gonna have them cut out and ready, so that like I'd rather just cut everything out and have it done, and then have like a sewing day where I sew everything. That's just like, it's easier than like going back and forth. So let's get to cutting that. Voila! I have finished everything. So, let me show you guys how everything is looking. So I know this wasn't a tutorial, so I didn't show you guys how to make these necessarily, but if you guys want me to like do a step-by-step tutorial on how to make any of these, let me know. I still don't know what you guys want to see from me, more like vlogs or more tutorials. I prefer vlogs because they don't take as long, and tutorials take so long to film and edit. But whenever I'm doing like custom orders and trying to do tutorials at the same time, like it makes the process take so much longer, and so here is the Rita top. So if you guys didn't know, the Rita top, you can wear it strapless like this, or you can put the straps on it, because the top has buttons on it, like snap buttons. So you can either wear it with the straps, strapless, or with the sleeves. And I like to put elastic in the sleeves and in the straps so that like they fit better, because you never know like what someone's measurements are from like front to like back, like your shoulder measurement here. I feel like it's different on a lot of people, and it's so much easier when there's just like an elastic band. So this is it with the sleeves, and it has elastic on the wrist as well. This is the back. Lace up, has boning in it, and I actually made the inside different. I typically do a different method of like putting the front and the lining pieces together, and then kind of doing like a binding kind of thing for the boning, but instead I did it kind of like a regular, how you would a regular top, where you like sew them with the right sides together, flip it, and then do like a top stitch. I know you can't really see it, but I decided to try it that way, but actually I don't like it because it was kind of like annoying, and I prefer the other method, but I just wanted to try it out to see if it was easier, but it wasn't. And then this is the button up top. I have the other two tops on the inside, so I'm just gonna like reveal them as is. But here's the button up top. Has nice collar, little cuff with buttons, and I actually had to put like 2 different colored buttons because I didn't have enough, and I couldn't find buttons that matched exactly, so they ended up being a little darker. The buttonholes aren't beautiful. I'm terrible at making buttonholes. They just never come out great, and I don't know why. And then we have the India top. So this is the floral side, front and back. And the reverse side is this nice champagne color with the good old grommets. I didn't have enough fabric to like do a cording, and I like to use like this thin satin cording that I have, and then I use fray stop to stop the ends from fraying, because it's like if I were to do like a knot, you wouldn't be able to loop it through the holes. So I just use fray stop to keep them from fraying. And this is the ended top. And then lastly, we have the little cardigan. I put like a little button and like an elastic loop to like hook it on in the front. The front opens up like a little bit, like a V. Some long sleeves. And that is it. That is all the pieces. So I sent her photos of everything and she loved it. She already ordered 2 more things. She wants this one in another color, and then she asked me for a Lana dress in the same color as the Rita top, that little like that pink rose gold color. She wants like a Lana dress out of it, so gotta get to work on that. I have to go get the fabric for it, but yeah, that is basically it for today's video. That is my custom order process. I hope you guys learned something and you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you prefer to see from me, more like vlogs and sharing like tips and stuff, or like step-by-step tutorials. I'll probably still do step-by-step tutorials occasionally, but like I just want to know like what you guys prefer. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.